Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing good and well. If you're brand new here, my name is Nikki, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the Unpopular Opinions nail polish tag. This tag has been done many times, but I first saw it over at Nicole Loves Nails channel, and then Mediocre Manny's channel, and as well as a new one that I've been watching called The Polished Millennial. I'm not sure of the YouTuber's name, but if you guys are looking for more nail polish channels to watch, I definitely suggest hers. Now, I have done a nail polish tag before, but the tag consisted of my own questions, and that was when I first started my YouTube channel, so a couple years ago now. So I thought, why not do a fun, kind of controversial one? Because, you know, we all love a little controversy in the indie nail polish world. You know, I don't know if you can classify controversy as fun, but I think these questions will be pretty fun to answer. And you know, not the kind of controversial what doesn't make you want to paint your nails anymore, which I've been kind of seeing a lot on a thread on Reddit. I feel like the indie nail polish world has kind of turned some people off. But I'm going to make another video on that if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments below. But let's just get into this 10 polish question tag. So the first question is a popular polish that you don't like. So this took me a while because I mostly like all the polishes in my collection, but there is one that comes to mind, and that is Mooncat's Mercury's Tears. I know this one gets a lot of love, same with Mermaid Babe, but when I tried it, I felt like the polish pictures were a bit deceiving because I didn't see as many shifts on my nail bed, and I have since destashed it since I tried it because I didn't see myself wearing it again. And I do have a lot of shifty polishes in my collection that make up for what that one didn't perform up to. So I hope I don't get too much hate for that one, but I prefer Tectonic Shift to that, even though they're completely different. Tectonic Shift was very similar to the swatch photos, and I don't feel like Mercury's Tears was. So I feel as though everybody loves that polish, but it wasn't for me. So hopefully who I just dashed it to will be happy with it, because I definitely wasn't. Question number 2 is a polish everybody hates but you love, and this was easy. It's Vanessa Molina's Fishnet Stockings. So this came out in the PPU Grunge theme for October 2023, so 2 years ago now. And when everybody got that, it was a pretty popular polish during that month. It even came back for Rewind. It was kind of a 2.0 because the maker added more flakes, but I got the original one, and I found the black to red multi-chrome base lived up to the hype, as well as those glowing green to blue flakies. I love this polish. I wore it back in March of this year, and I didn't want to take it off. It was one polish that I was sad to take off. I feel like everybody didn't like it. They said the swatch pictures were deceiving, and I do find that people do say that a lot about Vanessa Molina's polishes, but the ones that I have, I think I have about 5 in my collection. The majority of them are flakies, and one of them is a magnetic. With the magnetic, I did find that it did not match the swatch pictures, but I haven't tried it yet. But even on my swatch wheel, I wasn't too impressed with it, so I feel like that's the only bad experience I've had with them. But Fishnet Stockings, for me, it lived up to the hype that everybody was disappointed by. I really loved it. And, you know, just to save it, because it is only an 11 milliliter bottle, I'm probably going to put Island P's Eclipse on it, has an undie, and then put that polish on it as well to kind of amp up the flakies, because that duochrome from ILMP performs just as well as the Vanessa Molina duochrome. So that one I really did enjoy, and I'm sad that nobody else did. Well, I shouldn't say nobody else, but majority of people that, you know, bought it didn't enjoy it as much as I did. Number 3 is a nail polish finish that you don't like. This was easy. Frost ranks on that list. I barely have any frost in my collection, or chrome looking polishes, and mostly it's because of the brush strokes that they leave. They make your nails, your manicure, look kind of cheap, and I want to say a bit childlike. Like, frost just don't look good on me. I think I have one from China Glaze, and it came out in a holiday collection. It's called, I think Valley the Sleigh, and it is kind of on the frosty lilac side. I haven't tried that one on my nails yet, but it is a frost that comes to my mind that I probably wouldn't mind, probably because it's purple and it has a bit of a white shimmer in it. But if it was like a chromy frost, like one I have from Urban Outfitters called Chrome, it leaves so many brush strokes and you can see all the imperfections on your nail bed. And let's be honest, we're trying to hide that, right? So frost really just pronounces all the imperfections, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really like them. Plus, they just don't really tickle my fancy. I'm never like, hey, I need to put on a frost on my nails. Not even the winter, like ever, you know? They don't do it for me. So frost is definitely a nail polish finish that you won't see on this channel a whole lot. Fourth question is a brand that you think is overpriced. Two come to mind, and the first one is Cirque Colors. I am not a fan of Cirque for a multitude of reasons, but their customer service really ranks on this list, and also the fact that they just don't handle criticism well, even though they could use it to improve. So I feel like that's a missed opportunity on their part. Due to ego, I'm going to be honest. And the $18.99 price point for a polish that chips the next day, it's not for me. Shouldn't be for anyone. Nail polish is expensive and it should perform up to its price point, and Cirque Colors fails miserably in that category. Not sorry to say. Also, my first experience with thermals was with Cirque, and nowhere on their website did it say that thermals dye, and I think that's something that should be advertised for any brand that does a thermal. So when I tried to try the polish for the first time and I found I didn't transition, I was very like distraught because I paid, I think it was $15 for the nail polish, and I didn't even have it for a year, and it just you know, stopped transitioning. So I emailed them about it, and they were kind of making it seem like it was my fault, like I didn't know how to apply the nail polish correctly. You know, I have over 1,000 balls of nail polish. If I didn't know how to apply it properly, I think I would know by now. And also, it doesn't even matter how you apply thermal nail polish, it's still transition, at least for up to a year or two. So yeah, Cirque, I don't buy from them anymore. Just knowing how they are, it does not entice me to support the brand at all in any capacity. For the second one, here's looking at you, Mooncat. But you know what? Mooncat polishes do perform really well. I always wore them for at least 3 or 4 days and they've never chipped on me, unless, you know, I was just really rough with my hands, which isn't often, you know. But the price increase for Mooncat is wild. Like, we're coming in at $20 a nail polish, and for us Canadian customers with the exchange, it's coming in at almost sometimes $40 a nail polish with the shipping. It's really just not worth it. So the Mooncats in my collection I do cherish, but I'm not even thinking about considering buying from them even when they do have sales, because it's only 20% off. And not to sound like ungrateful or anything, but 20% off isn't a lot when you're paying a Canadian exchange. So for me, it's looking for dupes for the foreseeable future when it comes to Mooncat. But that's really the only bad thing I have to say about the brand. Their price increase is just really off-putting, so I don't see myself purchasing from them for quite some time, or if at all anymore. Number 5 is a trend you can't get on board with. This is pretty easy, but I was also kind of skeptical because I did used to like this finish, but now it's just not for me, and that is Crackle nail polish. When I first tried Crackle nail polish, China Glaze came out with a 6-piece collection. Oh my gosh, I think it was early 2010s, and I really liked the black one and the white one and the gray one. But as my nail polish taste has changed, I don't really gravitate towards Crackle anymore. It kind of gives me that, you know, when you're looking at something aesthetically not pleasing and it kind of makes your brain hurt a little bit or makes your skin crawl. I feel like that's what Crackle does to me now. It's crazy. I mean, we all have polish like evolutions, our taste change, not just with nail polish, with anything, clothes, shoes, all that stuff. And for me, Crackle just does not do it for me anymore. No shade to anybody that likes it, but I'm not a fan of Crackle anymore, so I probably wouldn't spend a dime on a Crackle topper or anything like that, and I'm completely fine with that. Number 6 is a trend you didn't like at its peak, but now you do. Easy peasy, that is reflective glitter. So I felt like when it first got released, it was being shoved down our throats. And just like anything that becomes overpopularized, you just don't want to take a second glance at it because it's like, it's too much. Everyone just wants me to fall for the hype, and I'm not falling for it. But, I've tried some really nice reflective polishes this year, and it's totally changed my mind, especially in the summertime. They look absolutely stunning. One that comes to mind is Pull It Together by KB Shimmer. I wore that for last Christmas, last December, and my nails look like a lit up Christmas tree. And these are the type of designs that we go to the nail salon for to get that look. And just in a nail polish that's in my Helmer drawer here, yep, I can get on board with it. Every time I wear a reflective polish, it does get pretty noticed. So I think also because the formulas for them have really improved. And I think one reason that I wasn't on board with it at first is because the formulas got really hard and goopy super fast, and you have to use a lot of thinner, and it started to smell really toxic and bad. But as the formulas have improved, so is my taste for them. So I really don't mind reflective glitters at all. But I only buy them if I really really like the color. Like I won't just buy reflective polishes just to buy them because they're reflective. I really have to be into the color. So that is a trend that I think deserves all the hype for sure. Number 7 is a color that you don't wear often or at all, and that is reds for me. You know, I thought when I swatched my whole entire collection, I thought reds would be the number one color I had, but it actually came down to blue and purple, and I was shocked because, you know, red is that quintessential nail polish color that's, I feel like it's the most worn color for some people, but for me, I just don't gravitate towards reds a lot, but I think I wear them mostly in December and probably February, but I don't even put them a lot on all my seasonal racks. It's just not a color that I think of where I need to put it on a seasonal rack and wear. But I do want to change that because reds are quite striking on the nails, and let's face it, indie polishes are just striking in general. So it's weird that I don't wear a lot of reds. So looking at the majority reds on my swatch sticks, I haven't done my swatch sticks in a while. I've mostly just been swatching all my new nail polishes on wheels to show you guys in my hauls. But I'm thinking about revamping my swatch sticks. I'm not sure yet because it will take some time. But yeah, these are all the reds I have in my collection. And as you're looking at it, it's really not that much to compare. I know you guys can't see my swatch wheels, but they are on the wall behind this rack here. But reds are definitely just the least I have. But it's such a stunning color. I am going to try to put them on my seasonal racks more to show them more love, you know, and not just go back to the same colors that I'm wearing all the time, because there's such variety in nail polishes. I'm cheating myself by not exploring, you know, the first color of the rainbow. So reds definitely does take that spot for that question. Number 8 is a polish that you like but you think it's overhyped. So the first one that came to my mind, is pretty easy for me, is Bee's Knees Lacquers Align with a Thorn in Its Paw. I know, you guys, I know. This is the polish that started all the line siblings, but the catalyst for this polish finish just didn't do it for me. And it's so weird because in 2021, when I did my favorite nail polishes, that one made it to the list. But as I wore it for a second time, I was like, I feel like it's just really overhyped because of just the name Bee's Knees Lacquers has made for themselves in the nail polish indie world. You know, they're just a brand that really gets gravitated towards. And for me, that hasn't really been the case with Bee's Knees Lacquers. I don't know. I haven't really been enticed to look at them or buy any of their collections for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because they're just so overhyped. And, you know, like I said, with the overpopularization of things, I just kind of tend to stay away sometimes. But yeah, that polish just, it's not doing much for me. But the weird thing is, I'm not going to destash it because it's so popular. I probably should, because I'm probably not going to wear it a lot. Maybe I'll use it just as a straight toe color in my collection. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, that one I feel like it's just a bit overhyped, you know? Like I wore it, like I said, I wore it for a second time and it was below mid for me. So maybe I'll destash it in the future when I find something that, maybe I should have got the Jen and Berry's Light as a Feather, because that one, looked like it was that polished, but just a bit more elevated. But you know what, that's okay. I'm just okay with having that one in my collection, because who knows, if I would have bought that Jen and Berries, maybe I wouldn't have liked it just as much as the Bee's Knees, because that finish is really gorgeous. I do have some line siblings like the Crone. I love that polish. One of my favorite polishes that I wore this year. But as it's a sibling, you think I would have liked the Lion one, but yeah, I didn't. So for me, that one is definitely, it's nice, but it's definitely overhyped. Ninth question is a popular top coat that you do not like. And I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. And this spot goes to Glistening Glow's Fast Dry top coat. I was shocked when I tried this top coat for the first time and I did not like it. I didn't find it fast drying. I found my nails would smudge even after. It takes a while for that top coat to dry. I put it on after 10 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. If my polish isn't dried within the next like couple minutes, or where I can just use my hands right away, that top coat is a fail for me. I'm sorry, but it is. And though I feel like the Glistening Glow, it gets really goopy after a while too. Like the quality just wasn't there for me. And I was so surprised because everybody talks about that top coat being the creme de la creme. But that one for me, just, it was not at all. I like Sweet and Sour Lacquers top coat. That top coat is fabulous. I love Polish for Days top coat, as well as KB Shimmer's top coat. Those three are my staples in my top coat collection. It used to be Cherche V, but with the shrinkage that gives me, I rarely use that one anymore. Plus, it smells kind of funky after a while. And I find with the three I mentioned, they don't smell funky after a while. They don't smell toxic. They don't, get stringy. And even if they do, thinner clears that up pretty well. But the Glistening Glow, I had one bottle of it. I still have it. I've had it for years and it's about halfway used because I wanted to give it chances over and over again, but it just kept disappointing me. So yeah, that top coat, I really wanted to love it, but it was doing nothing for your girl. Not a single thing. So that one, I'm probably going to use it as a last resort when all my other top coats run out. But yeah, I was not a fan of the Glistening Glow Fast Dry top coat. But if you are, no shade to you. I'm happy it's worked for you. But for me, it wasn't doing nothing. Number 10, and the last question in this roundup, is a polish that you love that does not get enough love. This was easy for me. You guys know it's a mermaid pick, right? This is Island Pea's Blue Lagoon. I think this polish is just stunning, and I'm so surprised it doesn't get talked about enough. Island P has a very vast collection, so it's easy to miss the goodies, but I'm going to tell you guys about it. If you like turquoise and blue, you would love this polish. It looks absolutely stunning in the sun. When I did my mermaid picks for the summer, that was on this list, and I think I was wearing it in the video as well to match the eyeshadow I was wearing. It is one polish that I think about all the time, and I've only worn it once. Crazy. But I have this thing where I have to try every single polish in my collection so I can go back and repeat, because I just have so many in my collection. I feel like it's a sin to wear the same one over and over again unless I really like it, like Rogue Lacquers 1985. I've only worn that once, and that is my all-time favorite pink in my nail polish collection. But back to what we're talking about. Island Pea's Blue Lagoon is a top pick for me from the brand. It came out in a summer collection. I think it was kind of like beachy vacation villa themed, and that one was the #1 pick for me. It is just beautiful. So I highly recommend that one. I think it should be talked about more, and I'm surprised I don't talk about it more on my channel. But it's such a summer polish. I feel like I can only talk about it like one time a year. So I am going to try and talk about it more to get the word out there for that nail polish. And plus, Island P is just one of my favorite brands, so I really do like to mention them as some of my favorite polishes in my collection. But yeah, that was Island P's Blue Lagoon. Alright guys, that was it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you have a YouTube channel and you want to do this tag, let me know you did it so I can support you and watch it just like you do me. Thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care.